Welcome to this video. If you're using generative AI right now, there's really one golden rule you've got to remember. The quality of what you get out is entirely determined by the quality of what you put in. AI is literally everywhere, right? Promising to totally revolutionize how we work. But let's be real. If you're a working professional just starting to dip your toes into these tools, you might be feeling, well, a bit underwhelmed. You type something in and what you get back is kind of just fine. It's definitely not doing your job for you. Well, today, we are going to fix that. Because the truth is, the real magic, it isn't in the tool itself. It's actually in how you talk to it. Have you ever asked an AI to write an email or, say, summarize a report, and the result reads like a middle school book report? Vague, generic, and completely lacking your actual professional edge? Yeah, it's a super common frustration. You might even think to yourself, well, the tech just isn't there yet. But actually, scratch that. The problem usually isn't the AI at all. The problem is your prompt. The solution lies in a really simple communication shift that will totally transform how these tools respond to you.
Actually, before we unlock the exact skills to fix this, I want to invite you to join our community. Subscribe to the channel now to ensure you are not missing on our new knowledge content on AI. We're constantly breaking down these complex topics to keep you way ahead of the curve.
Okay, so here's our quick roadmap for today's video. First up, we'll look at the AI input problem. 2, the anatomy of a strong prompt. 3, we'll do a real-world prompt makeover. And finally, number 4, your new AI superpower. Let's dive right in.
Section 1, the AI input problem. Let's move past the magic box.
So the biggest mistake professionals make is treating AI like traditional software, where you just click a button and expect a standard, perfect result. Instead, you really need to view it as a management tool. Think of it like a junior staff member. It is super eager, incredibly fast, but also a bit naive. Under the hood, large language models are basically just massive statistical engines. They're predicting the next word based on patterns they've learned from tons of data. If you give them a vague instruction, they don't stop and ask clarifying questions. They just fill in the gaps with their absolute best guess at what you probably meant. So if your prompt is lazy, your AI's output is going to be lazy too.
And that brings us to prompt engineering. Now, despite the kind of intimidating name, this is absolutely not some mystical, highly technical ability reserved for computer scientists. Not at all. It is simply the structured practice of designing inputs to guide the AI toward accurate, useful outputs. Really, it's a professional communication skill. Think of it exactly like assigning a complex project to a brand new hire. The precision of your input directly determines how reliable their response is going to be.
All right, moving to Section 2, the anatomy of a strong prompt. We're going to look at a 5-part blueprint.
So how do we actually talk to this junior staff member effectively? Well, we have to move away from treating this like a quick Google search and start treating prompts more like reusable recipes. A professional-grade prompt moves way beyond a simple question by bringing in 5 critical components: role, context, task, format, and constraints. Now, you might not need all 5 every single time you use AI, but using them consistently, that is what elevates a basic inquiry into a really powerful professional instruction. Let's break these down one by one.
First up is role. You need to assign a very specific persona to the AI. It's crazy how instantly this changes the AI's vocabulary. If you just ask a business question, it gives you a super bland Wikipedia-style answer. But if you say, act as a senior acquisitions analyst at a private equity fund, you immediately set a high baseline for its expertise level, its tone, and the industry jargon it should be using.
Next is context. Just like a real-life employee, the AI needs to know the actual background of the situation. It doesn't know your company, it doesn't know your clients, or your goals unless you explicitly tell it. Context is where you provide that situational awareness. So, for instance, instead of just saying, evaluate this property, you'd say, we are currently evaluating a 200-unit multifamily complex in Texas with a $32 million asking price. See? You're grounding the AI in reality.
The third piece of the puzzle is the task. This is where you define the clear, specific action you require. A really common trap here is asking the AI, so what do you think? That is way too broad. You absolutely must give it a direct command. A real-world example would be instructing the AI to identify the 3 biggest financial risks in this deal and suggest one mitigation strategy for each. You've got to be explicit about what success actually looks like.
Fourth, we have format. If you don't tell the model exactly what format you want, it's just going to give you whatever its default is, which is usually a giant unreadable wall of text. Remember to explicitly ask for what you need. Do you want a 1-page memo, A data table? Maybe just 5 quick bullet points? Or a draft email? Tell the AI exactly how the final product should look so you don't end up wasting your own time reformatting the whole thing yourself. And finally, constraints. This one is absolutely vital. AI tools have a known flaw. They sometimes hallucinate, which basically means they confidently make up information if they don't actually know the answer. Constraints are your guardrails. You literally instruct the AI, do not fabricate market data. If you cannot verify a claim from the text provided, flag it explicitly. Setting these strict boundaries prevents errors and, most importantly, keeps the output trustworthy.
Section 3, the real-world prompt makeover. Let's put this into practice.
Let's apply this blueprint to analyzing a business document. Just look at the difference here. A weak prompt is simply, what do you think of this deal? The AI is going to spit out a generic, shallow summary that tells you absolutely nothing actionable. But a strong prompt, it uses our entire blueprint. It looks like this. You are a senior acquisitions analyst. I'm attaching the executive summary of a $32 million, 200-unit multifamily complex. Provide 3 key risks and assess the stated rent upside. Format as a brief one-page memo. Flag any claims you cannot verify. The output from this strong prompt, it's going to be highly detailed, focused, and actually actionable. So, why does all this matter? Because of the massive efficiency gain. The difference between that weak prompt and the strong prompt we just talked about is literally about 60 seconds of typing. But taking that 60 seconds to write a structured prompt, it saves you 15 to 20 minutes of manually reworking, editing, and fact-checking a useless generic output. Honestly, it is the highest ROI minute in your entire workday.
Which brings us to Section 4, your new AI superpower. We'll cover advanced techniques and your career impact.
Now that we've nailed the basics, let's look at one advanced technique that will transform your professional value right away. It's called chain of thought prompting, or COT for short. It is incredibly simple but wildly effective. When you are asking an AI to do something complex, like financial modeling, logic puzzles, or legal research, simply add the exact phrase, walk through this step by step, right at the end of your prompt. Instead of the AI jumping straight to a final conclusion, which honestly might be wrong, this forces the model to actually expose its entire reasoning process.
And here's how that works in practice. When the AI is forced to physically break down the math, like saying started with 5 balls, 2 cans of 3 is 6, 5 plus 6 equals 11, it massively improves its own accuracy. It moves from making a really fast, intuitive guess to a slow, highly structured reasoning process. It exposes any logical gaps that a single-pass answer might try to hide, allowing you to actually trust, verify, and follow the AI's logic.
So, what's the ultimate takeaway for your career here? Mastering prompt engineering completely changes your relationship with AI. You evolve from being a mere typist, staring blankly at a page, to acting as an editor and a strategist. As AI takes over more of that administrative drudgery, the real value of a professional shifts to what we call human-centric orchestration. AI doesn't have judgment, It lacks a value compass. Your job is to use your foundational industry knowledge to set the goals, define those constraints, and orchestrate the AI's output to actually meet business needs. Professionals who master this translation between business goals and AI instructions, they're quickly becoming the highest paid individuals in the current market.
Which leaves us with a critical question to consider. Think about the repetitive tasks, the data analysis, or the drafting you do every single week. Does this structural approach to prompting, using role, context, task, format, and constraints, make sense for your current workflow? Just imagine, how much time could you buy back tomorrow if you started managing AI like a junior staff member rather than treating it like a magic box? I challenge you to try this framework on your very next task and see the difference for yourself. Thanks so much for watching and keep experimenting.